And we are live.
Hello, Couture Maine here live from the Headwaters Science Center. We are going to be talking a little bit today about models. In particular, we are going to build a model of the solar system. Solar system in my pocket. Here's a version of something that we're going to be building today. So what this model is going to show us is the relative distances between the planets. There'll be Earth on one side and Pluto. I know, you're going to give me gruff about Pluto, but it is considered a dwarf planet now, and it's still a very good reference for what we're going to be doing today. So this is what I'm going to be making, is a pocket solar system to show us some things that are kind of difficult to comprehend. And that's one reason scientists and a lot of other people use models. We use a model to show us something that is difficult to wrap your head around, difficult to describe. A lot of people are probably very used to this kind of a model right here. Here we have Earth. It's a globe. It is a model of some of the land and the water on our Earth, so we can get an idea of what it would look like from out in space. Oh, where do we live? There we are. What is that in relation to the North Pole? Not very far. Here we are, right here, North Pole, polar vortex. All right, so this is a model of our Earth. This is a model of a water molecule, H2O. So this is a model of a water molecule. Now this would be something that you could not see with the naked eye, of course. So this helps scientists kind of figure out how it all goes together. This is a water molecule. Now this is water molecules when they form ice. So water is a polar molecule, which means kind of has a charge, and it sticks together. And when it sticks together in this fashion, it is ice. So you can see there's a lot of space. It's about the right height to see the space. You can see there's a lot of space in between these molecules, and that's why it floats. So solid water, as in ice, is lighter than liquid water. That's usually not the case with most solids and liquids. Usually the solid is denser, but with ice it is not. And we can see all the space in between these model molecules and why something like water turns to ice and floats. And of course we have this lovely model that's with us all the time. So this would be a model of how our bones are in our bodies. Look at all these bones in the hands. Right about here, you've got a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little bones right in there. So she is a great model for how our skeletal system is underneath our skin, which, is usually kind of hard to see. So another good model. So what we are going to do is we are going to make a model solar system that's going to show the distances, the relative distances between the planets. And of course, this isn't going to be perfect. It's going to have all the planets lined up in a row, which really is not a thing, but still it'll give us an idea of some of the distances, relative distances in the planets. All right, we're going to start off with the sun. And then we are going to put Pluto, our little dwarf, over here. So here's our solar system, kind of roughly our solar system from one end to the other. Now I'm going to have to read this so that I get it just right, so you'll have to pardon me while I look at my notes. All right, so then we fold this in half. We lay it flat. And I'm going to put a sticker on here. I'm going to put a big sticker on here. Which planet do you think is halfway in between the sun and Pluto.
Do the colors matter? Are you picking colors?
You know, they don't really matter too much. And notice I did put yellow for the sun because the sun is hot. Is yellow a hot color? We seem to think it is. Blue, very cold. Is blue a cold color? We kind of think that is too. There's a whole bunch of science as to the colors and temperatures of things, but really it's not going to make too much difference for this. So,
Planet I'm thinking of that's kind of close to the middle is kind of a reddish, orangish type of planet usually, right?
Mm-hmm. Uranus.
Oh. Not what I thought.
All right, we got our first planet on there.
If that's the middle, I'm already learning something here.
Fold that back in half again. Fold it in half again. Give it a crease. And I'm going to put big stickers for these again. The planets that are out farther away from the sun are very large compared to the planets that are closer to us, closer to the sun. And these are what we call them gas planets, giant gas planets. Here we're going to have the smaller rocky planets. But, okay, so we have the sun and Pluto, Uranus, and then we have these two planets, one farther and one closer to the sun. And this one, what do you think this one is?
Let's see, halfway between Uranus and the sun. Would that be Earth by chance?
It would not. This is one of the giant gas planets.
Oh, is Saturn that close?
Yes.
I really am learning stuff though. The other one stuff is. And that must be Neptune out on the far end, right?
It is. That one is Neptune. Very good. All right. And then we fold it again. Back into, oh, okay. So here's a little math lesson. We just folded it in half, all right? If we fold it again, what are we folding it into?
So we had $1, we made 50 cents. We took our 50
there
cents
you
and
go.
split it in half again.
Oh, you know, I wish I had some change on me. Wouldn't that be good? We could put a quarter out there. So it is now folded into quarters. But then we fold it one more time.
Not coin for this.
Yeah. Any guesses? What would be fourths? And then it is eighths. All right, let me unfold. All right, so, all right. Someone. Sun and Saturn. All right. Oh, okay. One more biggie that goes right here. And I'm going to use red. Which large planet do you think is here?
Well, I keep getting tricked by thinking it's going to be the one that's halfway in between in like the order, but it's never been that. So this one must be Mars then, huh?
It is not. It is another giant gas, and it's Jupiter. I know. It's been a while since we've gone over these things.
I've got Jupiter and Saturn backwards in my head, I think, where they are relative to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it this way for a long time, so I hope it's right.
Yeah, I think you're all right. I think Saturn is 6 and Jupiter is 5. I think that's right.
All right. So this is 1/8 right here. And this is all I need to work on now. All of those small planets we're talking about are right in here. So I fold the sun to meet Jupiter.
what it was there is he tricked me with the red again.
Oh. Yeah, let's see. Saturn I should have had. I don't know.
There's a bunch of reddish ones.
Yeah, because
like
Saturn.
Mars is red, Saturn
Yeah,
is
and
reddish, yellowish.
yeah, and that
Jupiter
has
is
the
reddish.
ooh Saturn. We should put the
Uranus is
red
blue,
red
though,
dot.
like blue-green. So that one, we made red, but it's actually not red.
So a planet doesn't actually go at this 16th spot, but it is the asteroid belt. So we're just gonna put a few little asteroid dots on this spot.
And this is kind of where I was thinking the halfway point was going to be.
Yes.
Because you got your couple of inner planets and your couple of outer planets, and the asteroids are in between, but those outer planets take a lot more space than those inner ones do.
Yes, they sure do. All right. Now we're going to get a little crowded. And it's a little tougher to be precise, which, you know, this isn't terribly precise anyway, but we are going to get even closer together. So then we fold it again. And this is the 32nd spot. And we'll place a small sticker for Earth. Oh, shouldn't it be blue for the Earth? All right, let me get this right now. Inside the fold. All right. Come on. Stick. There we go. And one outside the fold. So this is, oh, this is Earth. And then we're going to put one on this side of Earth. What do you think that one's going to be?
Surely this one is Mars.
Yes. What color? That was a good guess. What color would you like for Mars?
Let's use yellow. We haven't used that much.
All right. That goes here.
Mars, a notoriously red planet. We gotta keep our color diversity.
Yeah.
on Earth.
I probably should have used green for Earth. But you know, it's always called the blue planet because of all the water.
A lot more water on the surface than there is greenery.
Yeah. Mars. Okay, so do we have anything else going on between the Earth and the Sun?
Pretty tight fold, you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna fold. I should cut these little things in half. We are gonna put 2 more in here. I know, they are just barely gonna squeak in here. And we'll put a green one on there. So we have 2 planets. We'll just put that one up there a little bit higher. We have 2 planets in between the Earth and the Sun. And that would be Mercury and what's the other one?
The planet that's closest in size to the Earth.
Venus. So there is a really good little, what is it called, a meme or a mime that can help you remember this. My very excellent mother, how does it go? Oh my gosh, no, just made us 9 pizzas. Gosh, I should have reviewed this. But since there's no more Pluto, my very excellent mother just served us nothing. That's what it is, served.
Something's not right.
Yeah, I know.
There's no Saturn.
I added some other planet in there. My very excellent mother just served us 9 pizzas, but since Pluto got the boot, my very excellent mother just served us nothing. So that's a way to remember the planets. And also, they are never going to be aligned like this, at least not in my lifetime. So this just shows the relative distance. So these little rocky planets are incredibly close, relatively close to us and the sun, where as you start getting out farther, these are really, really distant planets. And in case you've been watching the news, what's going on Mars? What's going on Mars? Lots is going on Mars. NASA has put another rover on there, and they're roving around, and they are going to look for signs of water and signs of life on Mars. I am so excited. I just think this is really great. One thing the Science Center has done in the past is we've worked a little bit with NASA. They've sent us some really good information, activities to do, and they really try to include the public in some of their research and development. They sent us a kit, and they wanted people to work on what kind of a wheel are you going to put on a lander or a rover on Mars so that it doesn't get stuck. And we had some science club kids working on this, and if anybody came up with a good idea, you could just dial up NASA, tell them your great idea, and that might be something that could help them in the research that they're doing. So that is up there now. It was a huge success. I hope you kind of followed what was going on. They had like a jetpack, and they had a parachute, and it had to land, and it's just amazing what we can do and what NASA can do and scientists can do. So that is our planetary system in a pocket. This is a little bit longer piece, so it kind of shows a little bit more too about the distances in between the planets. So this is a model solar system, and you could make this at home as well. I'm hoping that another day we're going to do an activity that shows you the different sizes of the planets, because some of these are enormous compared to these beautiful little rock planets that we have here.
We said we have the stickers there that we really have two different sizes, but Jupiter's a lot bigger than Neptune is.
Yep.
Put a few Neptunes into Jupiter.
Yes. So some of these planets are just enormous. And it's kind of fun to do this activity because it involves Play-Doh. But we're going to do that another day. Maybe next week or maybe the week after. Then we're going to do some work with the actual relative sizes of the planets themselves. And I don't know if you have any questions. You want to come to Planet Earth and visit us here at the Headwaters Science Center? That would be awesome. We are looking at the next step here is once the governor has changed his orders, and we're going to try to figure out what our new rocking orders are for how many people can come. So once in a while we get calls from groups that want to come, and it's just very exciting once the vaccinations are getting launched, and it's really a great thing. So we're hoping the Science Center is going to be able to be open a little bit more to accommodate more of our guests. All right, here we are, solar system in your pocket.